The golf world held its breath. Cameras flashed. Whispers rippled through the crowd like electricity. Charlie Woods, the boy who grew up with a legend's shadow looming over every swing, just did something nobody saw coming. Not his father, not the commentators, not even the most devoted fans who'd watched him since he could barely hold a club. In that single moment, everything changed. The weight of expectations, the pressure of a famous last name, the constant comparisons, it all came crashing down in the most unexpected way. What happened next left everyone, including Tiger himself, absolutely stunned. If you love golf, drama, and incredible stories that prove reality is stranger than fiction, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. Because what you're about to hear will change how you see the Woods family forever. It's a sunny afternoon in Florida, and a 15-year-old kid is standing on the practice range. But this isn't just any kid. This is Charlie Woods, son of arguably the greatest golfer who ever lived. Every move he makes gets analyzed. Every shot compared. Every tournament appearance turns into a media circus. Living in Tiger Woods' shadow isn't just pressure. It's a weight most people couldn't imagine carrying. For years, we've watched Charlie grow up in the public eye. Those adorable clips of him mimicking his dad's swing when he was barely tall enough to see over the tee box. The viral moments at the PNC Championship where father and son played together. Their swings so similar it was almost eerie. The proud look in Tiger's eyes every time Charlie made a great shot. It was the perfect sports narrative. A dynasty in the making, a torch being passed from one generation to the next. But here's what nobody talks about. Behind those highlight reels and heartwarming moments lies something much more complex. Imagine being 12 years old and having your golf swing analyzed by millions. Imagine every bad shot becoming a trending topic. Imagine knowing that no matter how well you play, you'll always be compared to someone who won 15 majors, who changed the entire sport, who became a global icon. Charlie never asked for this. He was born into it. And recently something happened that made everyone realize just how heavy that burden really is. The golf community has been buzzing with speculation for months. Charlie's been noticeably absent from certain junior tournaments. His social media, which used to show him on the course constantly, has gone quiet. Tiger, normally so open about playing with his son, has been carefully vague in interviews. Something was clearly happening behind the scenes, but nobody knew what. Then came the announcement that shocked everyone. Not at a press conference. Not through a major media outlet, but in a quiet, personal way that made it even more powerful. Charlie Woods made a decision that no one, and I mean no one, saw coming. A decision that even left Tiger speechless. He stepped back. Not from golf entirely, but from the path everyone assumed he'd take. Charlie made it clear that while he loves the game, he refuses to let it define him the way it defined his father. He wants to explore other interests. He wants to be a teenager without every move being documented and dissected. He wants to discover who Charlie Woods is, not just who the son of Tiger Woods should be. The reaction was immediate and intense. Some people praised his maturity. Others questioned whether he was giving up on his potential. Golf commentators debated whether this was temporary or permanent. Social media exploded with opinions from people who'd never met him, but felt entitled to judge his choices. And through it all, one question kept coming up. How did Tiger react? Here's where the story gets even more interesting. Tiger Woods, the man who famously sacrificed his childhood for golf, who trained with military-like discipline, who let nothing stand between him and greatness. Tiger completely supported his son's decision. In fact, sources close to the family say he was relieved. Think about that for a moment. Tiger knows better than anyone what it costs to be a champion. The injuries. The scrutiny, the pressure that never stops. The way your entire identity becomes wrapped up in a sport. He's lived through the highest highs and the lowest lows. And when his son said he wanted something different, Tiger understood in a way that perhaps only he could. There's been talk that Tiger actually encouraged Charlie to take this step, that he saw his son struggling with expectations and recognized the signs. That he didn't want Charlie to lose his teenage years the way he did. That's a level of self-awareness and parental love that goes beyond trophies and tournaments. But the shockwaves didn't stop there. Charlie's decision has sparked a larger conversation about youth sports, parental pressure, and what we expect from the children of famous athletes. How many kids are pushed into their parents' professions before they're old enough to choose? How many young athletes burn out because the pressure becomes unbearable? How many never get the chance to figure out who they are beyond their sport? Charlie's choice is revolutionary precisely because it's so simple. He's choosing himself. And in a world where teenage athletes are treated like commodities, where their worth is measured in statistics and rankings, that's a radical act. Now, before you think this is the end of Charlie's golf story, think again. This isn't about quitting. It's about redefining success. Charlie still plays. He still enjoys the game. But on his terms, without the constant pressure, without every round being a statement about his future. He's discovered something that many professional athletes never learn, that you can love something without letting it consume you. The irony is beautiful. Tiger spent his entire life becoming Tiger Woods. Charlie is spending his teenage years becoming Charlie Woods. And in supporting that journey, Tiger might be giving his son something more valuable than any golf lesson, the freedom to be himself. There's been speculation about what Charlie might pursue instead. Some reports suggest he's interested in technology and engineering. Others mention that he's a talented student with interests far beyond sports. The truth is, it doesn't really matter what he chooses. What matters is that it's his choice. The golf world is still adjusting to this new reality. Commentators who'd been tracking Charlie's progress like he was a guaranteed future star are now recalibrating. Tournament organizers who'd hoped for years of Woods family headlines are disappointed. But the people who truly care about Charlie, his family, his real friends, the ones who see him as a person rather than a prodigy, are celebrating. And here's what makes this story even more powerful. Charlie's decision is already influencing other young athletes. Parents are starting to ask themselves harder questions. Are they supporting their child's dreams or living through them? Are they creating opportunities or building cages? Are they raising athletes or raising humans who happen to play sports? Tiger and Charlie's relationship has evolved into something unexpected and beautiful. They still play golf together, but now it's purely for joy. There's no agenda. No training regimen. No master plan for domination. Just a father and son enjoying a game. And maybe that's what golf was always supposed to be. The media tried to frame this as a failure. Headlines asked if Charlie was giving up on greatness. But they're missing the entire point. Charlie didn't give up on anything. He chose something harder than becoming a professional golfer. He chose to define success on his own terms in a world desperate to define it for him. So what's next for Charlie Woods? Nobody knows. Not even Charlie, probably. And that's exactly how it should be. He's 15 years old. He should be figuring things out, making mistakes, discovering passions, changing his mind. He should be a teenager, not a brand. The shock isn't that Charlie stepped back. The shock is that in our sports-obsessed culture, we find it shocking at all. The real story here isn't about golf. It's about courage. It's about a kid who had the strength to say not yet, or maybe even not this when everyone expected him to say yes. It's about a father who loved his son enough to let him choose his own path, even if it wasn't the path everyone expected. Tiger Woods changed golf forever, but maybe Charlie Woods is changing something even more important. The conversation about what we owe our children versus what we expect from them. And in the end, that might be an even more powerful legacy. The crowds that gathered to watch a dynasty continue will have to wait, or maybe they'll never see what they expected. But what they're witnessing instead is something rarer and more valuable, a young man becoming himself. And that's worth celebrating, even if it doesn't come with a trophy.